Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be this encapsulated snowflake nail set. So unfortunately I lost the file showing the gel polishes that I'm using. The video file was corrupted, but I'll have everything listed in the description box if you're curious. This color that I'm using here is one of the Vettsy solid gels. I think it's in the shade Breeze. Again, I'll have everything listed in the description if you're curious on what exactly I'm using here. So I'm doing this color on 3 of the nails, and then over here I'm using another one of the Vettsy polishes. This one is one of their cat eyes, and I'm going to be doing this color on the other 2 nails. And for this design, I wanted the colors to be very thin and very sheer because we're going to be doing a lot of building up and a lot of different layers. I didn't want the background color to be too opaque. I kind of wanted it to be a bit of like a glassy look. So I went very light on the color and had my brush very dry and only had a very little bit of gel on the brush so that it wouldn't apply too much pigment. And now over here I am using this snowflake stamping plate and just going to stamp down some snowflakes in blue and white in the background. By the time this design comes to an end, most of these snowflakes are going to be covered up for the most part. Some of them will still be peeking through, but because this is a very layered design, I was okay with that. That was kind of the point. I didn't expect all of the elements to show through perfectly. It was kind of just to fill in the background and the backspace. It was the idea of the set is to kind of look like a falling snowstorm. So there's going to be lots of different layers and lots of different sparkles coming soon. So this was just kind of filler in the background. And I just went back and forth between these 2 different colors and picking up different snowflakes, whichever one caught my eye. Tried to do a variety of different snowflakes, you know, following the theme that no 2 snowflakes are the same, and just picking out the ones that caught my interest. So just going around the screen and just picking up different images. And I had a really fun time with this set because I didn't really have a game plan. I've mentioned in a few of my videos that usually I like sketching out my design, or at least like the concept before going in, because it's hard for me to kind of pull ideas out of thin air on the fly. But this design was kind of like just throwing stuff on the nail. So there wasn't really too much planning to do. It was just I pulled out the stuff that I wanted to use, some glitters, some different snowflake glitters, and this stamping plate over here, and the idea was just kind of do what felt natural and kind of just go with the flow, which is not something I usually do. So I actually had a lot of fun just going and seeing where my heart took me in this design. There wasn't really much detail to it. A while ago I did an encapsulated nail set on myself. It was one of my Watch Me works, and it was full of autumn colors. I did a bunch of glitters and autumn designs, and what I said in that video was I kind of wanted it to look like autumn threw up on my nails in the most pleasing way possible, of course, not trying to be gross or anything, but that was kind of like the design idea. And for this design I decided I wanted it to look like winter threw up on these nails, of course in the best way possible. I just wanted it to look like a snowstorm, and you know, snowstorms are a little bit chaotic. There's not really much rhyme or reason to it, so that was kind of the inspiration. Just throw everything on the nail and hope that it came out good, and I think it really did. In the end, it really did look very beautiful. All the different layers came out really nice. So after I did all the stamping, I went down with this clear hard gel from Morovan. I actually finished it while I was doing this nail set over here, and later I go in with a different gel for encapsulating, but I wanted to make sure that I completely protected the snowflakes that I stamped down because I was going in with really no plan. I didn't want to risk ruining the design by making a decision that I didn't like and trying to take it off and kind of messing up the snowflakes that I had done from the beginning. So I'm just going to be putting down a layer of clear gel polish over each layer that I do, so that if something comes up where I decide to remove something in the future, I don't ruin all the layers in between. So just going to protect these snowflakes here and going to give that a full cure. And when those are done, I'm going to go in with this base coat here from Vettsy. I'm running low. As you can see, I have it sitting on its side. And I'm going to start putting down a bunch of the glitters that I have. So first I'm going to place down the base gel. I'm kind of using this as a glue, so I am not curing it. It's going to get cured after I put in all of the glitters that I want. So you'll see I pulled in a bunch of different white shimmery glitters, a bit of holographic glitters, and I also pulled in some blue glitters to kind of go with the icy theme. And again, there was no rhyme or reason to it, although for this layer, because there are going to be multiple layers of glitter and encapsulating, I wanted to keep it very thin because we don't want the nail to end up too thick. That does require a lot of filing afterwards, and I kind of wanted to avoid too much filing. So I'm just using this brush over here, picking up a bit of glitter and placing it down sort of randomly. I wanted it to have like a bit of a flow to it, but I wanted it also to kind of look a little bit messy and not too perfect, because a snowstorm, like I said, or snow falling doesn't have any rhyme or reason to it. So we definitely want it to look very organic and very natural and messy. So again, because it's very layered, I don't mind that the glitters are covering the snowflakes. Most of the stamping snowflakes are going to be sort of hidden at the end of this, but they were just for background filling. And here I'm using this beautiful blue glitter from GlitterMix Canada. This came in their advent calendar box, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to put this in a set immediately, because it was so beautiful and so wintry and icy, and I knew it had to be used quickly because, you know, it needed to shine. So again, I'm just going to place it down, and this is still in that same first layer of base gel, so nothing has been cured yet. And again, just placing down the glitters sort of in a pattern, but not really. It's kind of like in a very chaotic pattern, and making sure that the glitters are not overlapping too much, because that will end up creating a very thick nail. We don't want to do that. So as you see here, I'm pulling out the Vettsy 5-in-1 clear gel. So this is going to be my new gel for encapsulating for right now, because I just finished that Morovan one literally as I was filming this video. And this is going to be the encapsulated layer. So I'm going over all of the gels, and then when I cure it, I'm going to remove it from the lamp, remove the sticky layer with some alcohol. This one actually doesn't have too much of a sticky layer, because it is meant to be like a top coat, so it doesn't have any crazy inhibition layer, but I didn't want any kind of potentially sticky stuff getting stuck in my nail e-file. So over here, I already did the filing off camera. It was kind of not really much to see, a lot of dust, and I've done encapsulated sets on my channel multiple times before, so it's just a very basic filing over any of the lumpy parts, bringing everything down to a smooth finish. And then I'm going in over here with another layer of the gels that I used previously, so the same colors are going over the same nails. And again, trying to create this almost icy, something frozen in a block of ice kind of look. So you'll see that the glitters kind of look like they're getting covered up. The snowflakes look like they're getting covered up, but that is the concept of the design. And eventually, once we put on the final top coat, all of the glitters and all of the colors come to life. So encapsulated nails are usually a very much trust the process kind of set, because it usually looks worse before it looks better, but you kind of just have to trust that it'll be okay. So I'm putting in these snowflake-shaped glitters. So I have white ones, blue ones, and silver ones. And then I am also going to add in more glitter. So as you can see here, I was kind of struggling a little bit with the focus, but here we go. And as I am going to place down these glitters, I'm just trying to make sure that the snowflakes, like the larger snowflakes, are placed at the thicker part of the nail, and the thinner ones, the smaller snowflakes, come to the thinner part of the nail, because the bulkier you make the nail, the harder and the more filing you have to do. So try to keep it as thin as possible. And just kind of playing around with the placement. No two nails are going to look the same. Some get more snowflakes than others. It's kind of just what I was feeling in the moment. And a lot of it also had to do with how the previous layer of glitters were placed down. So it's just kind of see what you like and just play around with it. That's what one of the best things about gel is, that you have time to play with it. You don't have to make a decision and you're stuck with it. You can really play around until you're satisfied with it. So I was just playing around with the placements, adding more glitter to it. And you can see the nails are quite lumpy and a little bit misshapen, but that's all gonna get filed in the end. I didn't want to waste too much time with that during the actual process, because it all gets filed in the end. So as you can see here, I filed up the nails and removed all of the lumpiness, reshaped them, and now I'm removing the dusty layer with some alcohol so that we can go on with some stickers. So I'm using these stickers here. I'm just going to be focusing on the snowflakes for this set. So I'm pulling out some blue ones and some white ones, and this is going to be the final layer. So right now the nails are kind of looking a little bit cloudy because I filed them but have not yet put a top coat on, and the top coat is really what seals the deal when it comes to encapsulated nails. That's when everything comes to life. So once you place down the stickers as you like, I kind of wanted multiple layers, and these stickers were really, really beautiful and the colors worked really well. And at first I thought about hand painting snowflakes, but my hand painted snowflakes are not the same shape or design necessarily as what I had going on here, and I just kind of wanted to keep with a sort of theme. I didn't want too many different styles going on. I thought that might be a little bit too chaotic considering this was already a chaotic nail set. So I just went the easy route and did some stickers, but I think it really paid off in the end because these were really beautiful. These white ones here from this like pink and white sticker sheet were like 3D and textured, and they looked so beautiful in person. The camera really doesn't do it justice, but I think you can see here when it's placed on top of the other glitters, it really has some beautiful texture to it. And now I'm going in with a top coat. This top coat is from Beetles, and I have been loving it. It's an amazing top coat, and it's really affordable, so I've really been enjoying it. I think it does a really beautiful job. And as you can see here, once we finally put the top coat on, all of the layers are coming together. You can see all of the glitters. You can see how the sticker snowflakes sit beautifully on top of the glitter snowflakes that were under the previous layer, and it really creates this very deep dimensional, multi-layered, multifaceted kind of look. And that's what I really love about encapsulated nails. You can really see just so many different aspects. It's like a kaleidoscope of different things going on, and it really creates such a beautiful texture, and it's such a fun concept and nail technique. It's just very much a trust the process, and sometimes while I'm doing encapsulated nails, I kind of freak out a little bit and wonder if it's all going to turn out okay, but once you throw that top coat on, it always looks so beautiful. And here is the final set. I hope you can see how multi-dimensional these nails look. You can see all the different layers of the snowflakes and the glitters, and on some of the nails you can still see the stamped snowflakes peeking through, so I think it's really beautiful. Let me know what you think of this design down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!